What is up, gym fans? It is the week of November 24th, or Thanksgiving. I'm Patricia,
And I'm Carissa.
and this is Decoded, Stick It Edition.
Stick it.
Yeah.
Woo!
So, in honor of it's Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving.
Yes.
We are just having a more fun episode where we are, for our main segment,
Lighthearted.
we're going to break down Stick It. Of course, we are going to start with our sticks and wobbles first and go through a super rapid fire top 10 before we
Yes.
do so. But yeah, it's going to be a very exciting, fun, lighthearted episode. I think all of our episodes are pretty lighthearted,
Lighthearted.
you know, except for the couple of moments of seriousness in gymnastics, but for you to enjoy with your Thanksgiving leftovers. So
Yeah.
that
Prop
being
this up. If you're a screen kid like me, it's going to be great for propping up and eating
said,
when your family goes to bed and you're up till 3 a.m. Just saying.
So, let's start with our wobbles, Carissa. What's your wobble of the week?
What is my wobble of the week? Honestly, I've had a pretty good week.
Hasn't your family been in town?
Yeah, they have. So I guess that's my stick. So my family's been in town. My wobble. I've been sweating a lot in my sleep. I don't really know
Okay.
why. I know with SSRIs, you sweat, but I've been on them for 2 years now. So I don't really know why it's really bad right now. And my house is cold, so I'm confused. But that has been not fun. Waking up drenched. So
That's very
yeah,
interesting. I actually have been hot too lately, but maybe it's just you're in a different climate than me though. Like I'm in
yeah,
Georgia and you're in
yeah. You're also
freezing
like a mom.
Chicago.
I feel like I hear that moms sweat in their
Yeah,
sleep,
I'm sure
especially
it's
while they're
something to do
breastfeeding.
with postpartum hormones,
Yeah, I
undoubtedly.
don't have that excuse. I just wake up and I'm drenched and I thought my sister slept over the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I do have a wobble. I have a wobble.
Okay.
But first my sister slept over the other day and I woke up and I was like, feel my shirt. And she was like, ew, that's disgusting. I was like, yeah, I don't know why that happens, but it does. But we went to Chicago and we wanted to do all the fun holiday stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And we wanted to go to the Jellycat store and get matching Jellycats and
Yeah.
every single thing was couldn't get in. The
For
lines
all the
were
holiday things?
insane. Also, I tried Ralph Lauren coffee. Ralph's coffee. Patricia, it was the worst thing I've ever put in my mouth.
Really?
So bad. It tasted like Subway water.
Ew,
And it
wow.
was
I've always
I
seen,
got a
the branded
peppermint
stuff.
mocha. I got a peppermint mocha. How does that? And then I was like, well, maybe it's just mine. Maybe the peppermint is just too all natural
Yeah.
for me. And so I tried my sister's who got a gingerbread latte. Just as bad. Just as bad. And I was like, oh, this is so bad.
That's so unfortunate. That's
I don't know if I just got a bad cup or what, because I was looking at the Reddit reviews and being like, what should I get? Is this good coffee? Because I love coffee. If you can't
did they
tell,
say it
we're
was
always
trash?
They said it was on par with Starbucks. I don't even like Starbucks that much.
Yeah.
For good coffee. It is not on par with Starbucks.
No,
So
Starbucks has a
part of me,
baseline consistency and decency.
yeah. So part of me is maybe I just got a bad cup, but then my sister also got a bad cup. So I'm like, is everybody just lying because it's trending fancy?
I don't know.
And
I need to get to a Ralph's coffee. I always see the branding and I think it's so cute and I love the
it's
green and
so
stuff.
cute, and the cups are so cute, and I will say their croissants were really good. We got a ham and cheese croissant and a chocolate croissant, and they were very, very good.
Mm.
It's just if you go, you have to let me know because it was really bad. I took
I
2
will.
sips and I was like, I can't drink this.
Are they
I
very you said au natural? Is it very clean apparently?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I just think it's probably fancy schmancy brands that they use, but it was so bad. It was so bad. It
Side
didn't even
note, when
taste like coffee.
when you said au natural, it made me think, have I ever told you the au natural a la carte story?
No.
Okay, well, this is actually something that, Brett Belima of when he was coaching at Arkansas, I believe, he, like,
Mhm.
said he had a baby, and the reporters asked him at, like, a press briefing, about his baby being born, and he was just like, "My wife did it," like they asked how his wife was, and he was just like, "My wife did it au naturel, à la carte." And and Johnny and I have joked about that for years, and so leading up to giving birth to Henry, I was like we would joke I mean, even before I was pregnant, we'd be like, "Oh, yeah, I'm gonna try it au naturel, à la carte."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I did actually wanna, like, see about doing it, like, without an epidural specifically, so, like, I guess, like, au naturel, even though, like, it's natural whatever way you do it, I don't like branding, like, any
Yeah.
version of childbirth not natural, but
No, yeah, it's all a lot is what it is.
it is, but I ended up getting Pitocin, and I was like, those that was hell. It was the worst thing
Yeah.
ever. It was
Eh,
beyond me. I was like, "F it, call the
epidural now.
anesthesiologist, get her in here."
Epidural now.
Oh my gosh, it was terrible, but, yeah, we joked
Yeah.
about that for a while. So, I when you said
Well,
au naturel, I was like, "That's crazy."
you get me. Every week when we do this podcast, I realize that I very much need to go get a new foundation shade for winter 'cause it's very yellow.
No, I guess you do tan. My foundation shade is it's still good. My foundation shade is I mean, I don't think yours is, like, that bad. My foundation doesn't change because I'm pale year-round, so
Hmm, I love that for you.
but you're Italian, right? So,
Yeah, I do be getting pretty
um,
dark.
so what are we
What
doing?
are your sticks and wobbles?
Oh
I double whammied you.
oh, okay. Well, okay, my wobble I guess I kinda have 2. My wobble my first wobble, my personal wobble is that, um I have gone back to gluten-free because, I before I got pregnant, I found out that I was did I tell have I told you about my gluten-free journey?
No.
Um,
No,
so
the last
before
time
I
we were together, we were definitely eating gluten.
yeah, I preface this by saying I love breads, pastas, everything.
Yeah,
I
same.
I'm sure I've got an extra, like, 10 pounds on my body purely of gluten-related products, and I don't care, that's fine, I enjoy
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But that being said, before I got pregnant with Henry, like, after I got back from Paris last fall
Yeah.
and before I got pregnant with Henry, so in this, like, month or 2 time frame, I was up at
Mhm.
NBC covering the Paralympics, and I started having, like, this, like, throat, like, pain and tightness and, like, started developing a rash,
Yeah.
or rashes, and basically, the synopsis is I was, like, panicking, thought I was dying, cut out gluten because somehow I decided that would be a good idea, and it all went away, and so I was just like, "Oh, okay, well, somehow I'm supposed to be gluten-free." Well, I got
Oh,
pregnant and, tried some gluten, and it went away. I did not react like that, like and I've heard
yeah.
basically about pregnancy healing things
Yeah,
can be
Allison Pooch, like, is dairy-free and gluten-free,
yeah.
and then when she's pregnant, it doesn't bother her, which is
It's the
crazy.
most crazy thing, and I think maybe it's just your body, like, all the adjustments and stuff, and it's just, like, your
Yeah.
body, like, almost, like, needs those things, so it's just like, "Oh, okay, like, you're fine." But
Yeah.
legitimately got pregnant and was still, like, kind of gluten-free, but I was just like, "Oh, I'm gonna try something or maybe" like,
Yeah.
whatever. I was kind of like I had been free from it, reintroduced it just a little bit because they said to do that after you, like, phase it out, kinda try to reintroduce and make sure that's the issue, and I didn't have a reaction, and I was just like, "Oh, maybe it's just the pregnancy." But my time was up, my time is up, and I started having the reactions again, and, so I cut out and I this time, it always manifests a different way, and this time it manifested in stomach pain, like, I'm talking about, like, where my actual stomach
Oh,
is,
yeah.
not, like, upset,
No, I know what
um,
you're talking about. Like,
whatever, like
I know exactly what you're talking about. I get that from oat milk and like, anything with oats in it.
yes. So, it, like, actually hurts, like, where my legitimate stomach my
Yeah.
organ hurt is, not, like, abdominal cramping, like, where my stomach is, and so that happened this past week when I was at Disney World, and,
I was about to say,
Disney's great for gluten-free, I will say, like, I was able to get
that's
Disney
good.
gluten-free Mickey waffles and all of the things.
I
But,
love that.
yeah, so, I'm actually not too sad about it because I was able to do the transition while I was at Disney World, and I was able to get all these good gluten-free things.
Yeah, now you're
Um,
home, it's harder.
it's definitely gonna be harder, but at least, like, the temptation isn't there, and I was able to kind of, like, phase it out while I don't know,
Yeah,
there were so many accommodations made for me, so it just
yeah,
the habit is already basically there, and, like, I'm fine, I'm just like, "I can't eat that," and that's just it. But
yeah.
it sucks. So that's my wobble.
Uh,
Um, my other wobble was, not related to me, but did you read the Meghan Markle story?
oh.
Okay, well, like, you should go read this Meghan Markle story by Harper's Bazaar. The reporter
Oh,
who did it.
wait, that she like, that they announce her when there's
Yes!
people in the room? I I know. I like I have such an affinity for her and King and Prince Harry. Like, I do, and I know a lot of people don't love them, and that's fine, but, like, I really do love them, and, like, I just think she's so pretty and just, like, classy, like,
Yeah.
classic in a way, so I, like, don't wanna believe it. And I know that's, like, not how life works, but I just, like, don't wanna believe it. I don't want it to be true.
I read the whole story last night, and I gotta say one shout out to the reporter. Some people were like, "Oh, the reporter didn't give her a fair shake." I read the whole story, like, I think she actually did a very good she presented the facts, but also, talked to her friends and stuff and gave her, like, some very complimentary moments and stuff, so, like,
Yeah.
I didn't think it was, like, a takedown or anything, I actually thought it was overall very good. But, yeah, if you don't know what we're talking about, basically, like, for the most part, the story wasn't, like, completely cringe. I was big Meghan and Harry fans, got up at the crack of dawn to watch their wedding, but over the years, I have,
Same.
like, slowly.
I was
What?
so young. I said same, I was so young, though.
Yeah, I was young too, Carissa, but
I know, it's just because you have a kid. It's because you have a kid that in my head, you're so much older than me. But really, it's just that I'm just a child, and I shouldn't be.
but that being said, over the years, like, it's just been various things with her. I think that, I don't know, it's just
I
various
know
things with
that.
her that I'm not, like, on the Meghan hate train by any means, but it's just
Yeah,
really hard with various things that have happened over the years to
yeah.
be like,
I feel
there's
like
2
it's
sides to every
like
story.
yeah, I feel like especially in journalism, it's like once the, like, credited sources started coming out, it's, like, hard to ignore. Like, that's how I feel about this article, like, I can't ignore it, but, like, I really want to, but, like, I can't, you know? So
Like,
I
and
just haven't read it because I just
ku
don't want to.
honestly, kudos you should go read it. Kudos to the reporter. So what we were talking about is basically there was Harper's Bazaar, Meghan Markle's on the cover. Um, she looks great in the photos, very natural, just, like, almost, like, makeup-free photos. She does have a little bit of makeup on it, but, I mean, she looks beautiful. They're talking about her brand and motherhood and all this stuff, and the reporter that did the story talked to her over 2 occasions in LA and New York, and the most cringe parts and I really do shout out the reporter because this reporter was very observant of the, not just, like, the facts of what Megan said, but the
Yeah,
situations and how she, like, portrayed herself, how she acted, responded, and just, like, kind of painting the picture of the settings and stuff, because she could
yeah,
have totally left some of these things out, but I do think it's kind of crucial to painting the full picture.
100%.
And she was brave enough to kind of write it because it is getting some flack, and I'm sure that there are people, like, on Megan's side that are just like, "I can't believe you would, like, basically, like, paint it like, this isn't the full." I don't know, but anyways, basically, the 2 occasions that she sat down with her, like, first it was at this polo club elite place in, like, LA
Uh-huh.
where it's, like, super exclusive, and they, like, sat at this specific table surrounded by so many people, and it was very much like a, "Look at me, like, I'm here, like, seeing
Yeah.
I'm here to be seen, look at me."
Yeah, I get that.
Which that's, like, one thing. You're just like, "Oh, okay, like, this is one instance, like, whatever."
Yeah,
Like, maybe her manager, her comms person who was with them, like, set that up.
yeah,
The second occasion is when they're at this, like, New York brownstone, so they're across the country. This reporter's meeting up with her, like, a week later, and it's just her, the reporter, and Megan in the house along with the house manager, and apparently Megan's inside already, and the reporter walks in, and the house manager, who I'm assuming is not like a butler or something, but basically, I don't know, just it's not even Megan's house. It's just one of her
Yeah.
friend's house. And
Yeah.
she's just like, the reporter met her last week and there's nobody else there. And the house manager is like, Megan, the Duchess of Sussex. And everybody's just like, what?
No, that's, like, cringe.
So it's just,
It's a
I don't
lot.
know. It's a lot. So, anyways, read the story yourself. Pull your
Okay.
own judgments. But that was my wobble. That was another one of my wobbles. My stick was going to Disney World for the first time with my baby. So that
I
was a lot
love
of
that.
fun.
Did you guys have so much fun?
We did have so much fun.
How did
We
Henry
originally,
do with, like, the characters and stuff?
it was good. I mean, he hasn't gotten to stranger danger level, I think, yet. So he like just kind of sat there and was just like, okay.
Yeah, like,
Um,
fuzzy?
yeah,
Warm?
they like kissed his like tootsies and all the things, and it was
His
cute.
what?
His tootsies,
What's that?
his feet, his toes,
I've never heard toes called tootsies.
tootsies.
What
Yeah.
in the world? You said his tootsies, and I said, "I'm sorry, come again."
Hold on, let
That
me.
sounds insane.
Tootsies meaning
I say
tootsie,
toesies.
a child's word for a person's foot.
Ugh, who knew? Not I.
Apparently the second definition, that's the first definition. The second definition is a young woman, especially one perceived as being sexually available.
Oh, so maybe we go with toesies?
But it says the number one says you can even think about putting your tootsies up.
I don't know why that sounds so strange to me, but I really don't. Sorry. I'm sorry. I took away from a very sweet story. Keep
No,
talking.
it's fine. It's fine. So yeah, but anyways, he met mainly like the Winnie the Pooh characters. We did like a character breakfast or whatever,
Oh my those are the
and
best.
met them. So we met all of the Winnie the Pooh characters. And that was really fun. And then we were only supposed to go Sunday to Friday, but we actually extended until Sunday, so we only got back yesterday. But we were having a really good time. It was our first like actual vacation. I feel like we've taken some trips with him, but like they've
Oh,
been
for
like to go to like championships or like a
yeah.
quick family beach vacation, and we were actually feeling like relaxed and stuff. So we had gotten a
Which is
deal,
crazy
and
because, like, most people would not say that about Disney World. So I'm
oh yeah,
glad
we're
that
Disney people. We're
yeah.
Disney.
No, I'm so glad that, like, you feel that way.
But, say hello to my cat. Um,
Hi.
Lance. Jeez. But that being
Henry.
said,
Sorry.
Henry, that's Johnny and I are like, we'll call Lance Henry and Henry Lance, and it's fine. That's
Yeah.
just
Oh,
something
for sure.
apparently that happens when you become a parent.
It does.
But,
They're our children.
yeah, I forget what my other stick was. Maybe I'll remember it, but I had like a stick related to something, but whatever. I'll remember it. But
Okay.
that being said, let's move on. Cool. So let's do our turbo top 10. Let,
Turbo.
let's get to our top 10 gymnastics headlines of the week. This is where we catch you up on the gym stories of the week and give you the gist of what you need to know in our GN top 10. This is actually, I will say, technically over 2 weeks because we took last week off. So, sorry if you were looking for an episode and you were shocked and appalled because we did not mention that we were taking a week off the week before. But
We kinda decided
um,
that on the fly.
we did kind of decide that on the fly. We were originally going to take Thanksgiving week off, but it was a flip flop and a schedule thing. And shout out to Carissa for adjusting with me. So,
Oh, I don't have a kid. I'll do whatever.
Chris, you want to take the first one?
Yeah, definitely. All right, headline number 1, the gymnastics schedule for LA 2028 is here. Woo, 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 woo. Check out our website for the full schedule, but it's pretty par for the course as far as Olympic and World Championship schedules go. Most notably, the mixed team final will be a final day of competition. The format of that event is awaiting FIG Executive Committee approval and is expected very soon. So go to our website and check out the full schedule for LA.
Woohoo! Number two, speaking of the new mixed team event, American Cup is officially coming back on March 7th, 2026. We've been discussing this imminent announcement for a while now, but USA Gymnastics confirmed last week that American Cup will return after a 6-year hiatus and will now be a mixed team event, not an all around World Cup. That's what it was previously when it was held, 2020 and before that. Um, when it is contested in March, it'll be at the Lee's Family Forum in Henderson, Nevada, right outside of Las Vegas. Format is to be announced, but USA Gymnastics seemed to confirm on social that this edition of the event will feature mixed pairs, which is one man and one woman. Bid documents for the future events for 2027 and 2028 state delegations will feature 3 men and 3 women. This could be a situation where, with short notice, that they're only doing mixed pairs for this first event and then doing full teams in the future as they kind of like rev up to what the actual
Mhm.
format will be in LA. Um, so it's very much up in the air what Fig will do with that format. But as we discussed on a previous episode, men will reportedly do floor, parallel bars, and high bar, and women will do bars, beam, and floor. The synopsis there is that, like, when this was first announced, people were like, "Oh, it's probably going to be like a mixed pair event." And we even did like kind of like a little like, "What could this look at like?" And I still think you should go read that. That's still really good if you haven't read it. Kind of a look at like various mixed team competitions in gymnastics. But then here lately, it's kind of seemed like it's going to be a bigger team event.
Yeah,
Um,
which I'm kinda
especially
down for.
yeah, like, I think that's great. I felt like, honestly, like, if it was just a mixed pair event, it would be almost kind of like a cop out.
Yeah,
It's just, like,
100%.
basically just, like, to sell tickets and, like, just, like, it's just not what's the
No, not that
significance? But if you're actually having to field a team with, like, 3 men, 3 women, and, like, it's gonna be, a pretty big thing, like, that's cool. And I could see, like, FIG and the IOC kind of committing to this, and it wouldn't potentially, like, just, like, happen in LA and, like, fade off into the distance, I don't know. But,
yeah,
um, they have the potential to basically do something fun with us, so I hope
yeah,
that they do something fun with it. Um
I agree. I think it's a opportune time to get the gymnastics marketing back on track.
Yeah. So, um, yeah, number 3.
Yep. Headline number 3, the 2026 SEC Gymnastics Championship will be held in Tulsa, Oklahoma at the Bach Center. As confirmed earlier this year, SEC's return to a format featuring all 9 teams this upcoming season. Session 1 features seeds 5 through 9, while seeds 1 through 4 will compete in session 2. Ooh, I love
Fun.
NCAA season.
And we're so excited to have my cat keeps coming up here and he's
I
going
know,
to
I
spill
can
some
tell.
things. Um, we are so excited to have all the SEC teams back in SEC championships after last year's flop of a decision to not have all of them. Lands, baby.
Literally.
I have I cannot have you up here. Um, but anyways. All right, number 4, Junior Worlds has concluded in the Philippines. Shout out to the US athletes who had a strong showing. Most notably, Lobby Crane won vault gold and Dante Reeve won still rings gold. So that means the US currently boasts the reigning senior and junior still rings world champions.
Sick.
Obviously, Donnell Wittenberg won senior world title. The U.S. brought home 8 medals in total, lots of standout performances across the board internationally as well, including from the younger Yulo brother, Carl Yulo, and a rising star from Colombia in Camilo Vera. Full results are on our website. Also, I did not know this, and I think a lot of people actually found it out for the first time, but apparently Junior Lavi Crane, who is one of the best juniors for the U.S., her full
Yeah.
name is Lavian.
Wait, I did see that. I did see that
Yeah.
because she either commented on something or somebody put her full name on a post, and I was like, "Hmm." Literally was
So that
like,
makes me think that her little sister, who is like the Scorpion Queen, um, her name is Vivi. I'm assuming that her full name is Vivian, and they're Vivian and Lavian. I just think it's even more iconic. Lavi and Vivi
yeah,
before, but then
yeah.
probably unconfirmed, but probably Lavian and Vivian. I just think that's so
I'm gonna
amazing.
clip this and tag her and see if we're right.
Lavi, tell us, are we right?
Yeah,
And
tell us, are we right? I'm
are we
intrigued.
pronouncing it right? These names are beautiful. Shout out to
I
their
know.
mom.
I know. I love cool names. I love, like, unique and cool names. Alright, shall we move on to number 5? Also, wait,
Yes.
before we do, though, that vault was insane. Like, I've
Oh,
watched it, like,
Lavies.
100 times. Yes.
Lavies DTY.
I
Yeah.
was literally like
Well, I'm pretty sure she, like,
I
struggled
just
with it
know
in the
all
all-around
colleges
final.
were like we
Well,
are.
I'm pretty sure she, like, struggled in the all-around final. I was at Disney, so I didn't really get to take in much of Junior World, so we only caught the highlights, but I believe she struggled in the all-around final with her vault, so for her to come out the next day
Yeah.
and,
It just
basically,
rocked
they
it.
were saying that, essentially, like, if she had done that, what she did in the vault final, in the all-around final, she probably would've made the podium, but she came out, like, the next day and won vault gold, so
And I love that because a lot of times you don't see that, you kinda see the opposite. Like, if they have a
yeah.
bad day, day 1, it transfers to day 2, so that speaks to her ability to shake things off, which is
Yes.
good for when you become a senior.
Go girl.
Um, go girl. Huge fans. Alright, headline number 5. Shawn Johnson, alongside reality TV star and influencer Gia Giudice, won Special Forces World's Toughest Test. So let me give you a little bit of the breakdown. Basically, you're probably like, how did Shawn win and Andrew did not
Her
finish with
husband.
her? Her husband, yes. He got out. So basically in the finale, it was those 2 and those 2 by Shawn and Gia, plus Andrew, and also the polyamorous husband guy, Cody Brown,
Oh.
from Sister Wives. Um,
Oh,
were there,
really?
but yeah, Cody and Andrew both well, Cody, I think it was different reasons, but kind of on the same par. So Andrew got out because they said he failed to show, like, basic training, like, his basic knowledge of training throughout the testing of this show, and so they eliminated him, and it basically is kinda just sounds like he probably, like, didn't follow directions well for whatever the challenge was.
Okay.
And Cody was kinda something similar, and then, but, like, I think a little bit worse, which kinda adds up. Anyways, Shawn and Gia made it to the end and both won. They are the only 2, and mind you, they were, like, the smallest people to finish this challenge. I mean, Shawn, I never doubted, like, she's just so mentally tough, but what was really interesting is in the show, they were like, "Hey, like, you, like, put up this wall and you cannot let any emotion in, and, like, there does have to be a balance." Like, you have to
Yeah.
have a balance of, like, when to feel and when to shut everything off, and you gotta learn that balance, and that was kinda her challenge, which I think is really interesting because most times it's, like, more of the physical.
Yeah.
And Gia was on she's the daughter of Teresa Giudice, which is a New Jersey housewife. So,
Mhm.
Gia has been on TV since she was itty bitty,
Mhm.
and I did not expect her to go all the way through. It's very much giving oldest daughter behavior, like, she's the oldest of 4, knit and
Yeah.
grit, I mean, Jersey's tough, so, yeah, I was just impressed, but can I say
I know what you're gonna say.
I know you know what I'm gonna say. I would like to point out that I made the graphic for this, and we only used a picture of Shawn because our audience is only going to know who Shawn is,
Mhm.
and we said in the caption, "Shawn Johnson along with Gia Giudice," because and I cannot stress enough, the name of our organization is Gymnastics Now. Gymnastics Now. It's not reality TV and gymnastics. Our audience Gia, I love you. I'm a reality TV stan, but our audience doesn't really care about Gia. So when we made the graphic, we said Shawn is one of the winners. And in the caption, we explained everything. We had somebody comment, or we had a couple of people comment and say, "What about Gia?" I'm like, can you take a beat? Take a beat and read. I'm also like, look at the name of who's posting this. Let's use our
People just wanna stir up stuff. It's just, like, not that serious.
I know, but I will say my best friend Reagan, she did call me and was like, "I saw Shawn reposted your graphic." And I was like, "Yeah, it's so cool."
It's really cool. Carissa is on a roll. She started doing social for us, um, and, she's been posting some fire stuff, so
So
if you're
give it
not
a like.
following us
Yeah.
on social, make sure to.
Yeah, you need to be.
Gymnastics Now and Decoded.
Yes, because 'cause I've been running both for the last week.
She's doing it. She's doing a great job. All
Trying.
right. Let's see. Number 6, Ming Girardi Van Eycken has made her choice. The French Olympian has committed to Florida. She also visited Georgia and UCLA. So this has kind of been the late recruiting season
Yeah,
surprise. That she's out there touring. She's gonna have an NCAA career. I do also think my bet was Georgia because Cecile is obviously French.
yeah,
And so there's kind of like that taste of home, I guess you could say.
for sure.
But she ended up going with Florida. So she announced that today when we're filming, which is Monday. And congrats. So that's great.
Congrats. I love that. Part of me thinks she wanted to go to Florida because she maybe wants a little bit of distance from like I feel like when you go to college, you're either very much like, I want a piece of home, or you're very much like, I want nothing to do with home. So
Maybe,
I
yeah.
was like, she's either gonna go Georgia or she's gonna go like not that way, you know?
I think Florida does provide a good middle ground is like maybe like there isn't the French component
Yeah.
in like
But you're still
Cecile, but
closer
you're
to home.
still closer to home on the East Coast versus going UCLA West Coast. Like that's really far away.
Yeah.
And that's a long trip. So
100%. All right, headline number 7. The CGA's 4th annual All-Star Meet is Sunday, December 14th at 3 p.m. Eastern. We'll see East vs. West in this preseason meet streamed live on the CGA YouTube channel. Make sure you check it out.
check it out. Support the men. Number 8. It's hard to keep up with the Sabrina Denisa Camelia situation. But the synopsis at this point seems to be that the Romanian Gymnastics Federation is allegedly up in flames. And there are even reports of potential, like, if this doesn't get solved, disaffiliation from FIG, where the FIG can be like, y'all are not, this is not being handled properly. And basically, like, you're not going to be a recognized federation if you don't get it together. That's allegedly. So that's something to keep an eye on. There have been more things that have come out, some videos allegedly showing Camelia uh, basically verbally abusing her daughter Sabrina and stuff. So it's very serious. And we do hope that it gets resolved um, in the correct way soon. So,
Everybody
um,
who's like, and again, we don't support physical or mental violence
no.
or abuse, but everybody who says that gymnastics is boring, you there's always something happening. Always something happening. Like, you
Yeah.
just gotta read the news. Like, headline number 9, congrats to Jordan Childs on making the Dancing with the Stars finale. Woo!
Woo.
We've covered her journey all season long, so check out our website for the final results, which we'll touch on in more depth next week. We are rooting for you, Jordan.
We're rooting for you. Obviously, by the time this is published, like it will have already happened, be done and dusted. Um, do I think Jordan should win? Yes. Do I think, as we were talking about this, Jordan has won? No, but that's because it's a popularity contest, and my bet is the what is it? The Crocodile Hunters kid, Robert.
Oh,
My
really?
bet is that he's probably won, or
I think it's
Alex.
gonna be Alex, just because she has
Although
such a
I
big
heard
fan base.
it's so funny because 'cause we're talking about this retrospectively when, like, the winner has already happened, so you're probably like, "What are y'all saying?"
Yeah,
But,
literally.
so she does have a samba in the finale, and I don't think her hips can lie in the fact that I don't know if she can move it like that, so we'll see. We'll see. Um, but who
Yeah,
knows? Maybe we're talking about this and she actually won it, and we're, like, popping up
I
a photo
know.
of Jordan with the mirror ball right now, so,
I know.
um, anyways.
Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
All right. And number 10, an emotional moment we weren't expecting, but we were expecting. It's just because it's November, so it's really late. Cal gymnast Maya Lauzon has finally announced her retirement from gymnastics, and we're so sad because we really just have loved watching Maya's
I
gymnastics
know.
career.
And she's just such like a upbeat, happy gymnast. Like, oh, I loved watching her. But I actually was running socials when that post came through. And I saw it and I literally was like, "Oh, I this is so sad." Like, and then she actually DM'd us once I posted it because I was like, um, I don't know what I said. I think I was like, "We're crying" or something like this.
Yeah.
Um, and she was like, "Me for the last 48 hours." And I was like, "That's
Oh,
poor girl." It's so
it's
hard how, like, something you've worked on your whole life and been involved your whole life is just over.
Yeah, it really is. It's crazy. So I understand why athletes will take a while. I mean, obviously, season ended
Yeah.
in April. It's probably the last time Maya touched a piece of gymnastics, but
No.
um, you
It's a
have to
lot
come
to
to terms with it over
process.
time. Yeah.
It is. It's a
So
whole life that you're saying bye to.
it's crazy.
You go, girl. We're always
Good
rooting for you.
good luck with your next chapter, Maya.
Yes.
Um, okay. So in our main segment today, and we have some explaining to do, we are going to talk about Stick It, the iconic movie.
The best
Eh,
gymnastics movie there is, in my opinion.
I honestly agree with it after rewatching it. I haven't watched it in who knows, probably
No,
since I was a
same.
kid.
I
But
was, like, scared I wasn't gonna like it.
I enjoyed it, and I watched it this
I
morning
loved
with
it.
my baby, like, sleeping on my chest, and, like, I was, like, drinking coffee, and I was like, "Ugh, I hate watching this in the morning." I feel like this is I'm a very emotional, like, mood watcher and reader,
Yeah.
and so but it was awesome. I really enjoyed it, and I honestly do think it's probably the best, like, gymnastics movie out there as far as, like, proper portrayal of skills, like the
The name.
environment,
Yeah.
the blah, 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 backstory, all the
It
things.
was a flash from the past, like and we're gonna get into it, but, like, the scoring being out of
Mhm.
10 was such a flash from the past or,
Well, when this came
like
out, it was 2006, that was something I
yeah.
noted. So, it was literally basically this movie essentially was basically a farewell almost to the
Yeah.
10 because that's when the code changed over to an open code.
I know.
So, a farewell to the 10, and honestly, I feel like it had kind of had 2 main themes in the fact that it was almost like a farewell to the perfect 10 in its original form, and then also kind of a farewell to toxic coaching, which is a bit more of a
100
deep one, but, like,
yeah.
we have a lot of talking points and stuff, but, like, it was just, like, I early on, the coach, Bert it was Bert,
Mhm.
right? Bert Vickerman.
Yeah, which actually we need to talk about some of the parallels that I think inspired his character.
Okay, we can do that, we can do that. But my high level thing was basically just, like, Bert, like, his first basically appearance on the screen, he is kind of, like, almost abusive. I mean, he
Mhm.
is, where he, like, flicks her hat off and, like, pushes her off the beam and stuff, and,
Yeah.
like, it's, like, not, like, extreme abuse, but it's definitely not appropriate, by any shape or fashion, and by, like, the end of it, like, he is almost goes through this transformation, and he's very redeeming, and he, owns up to lying to the moms and does a lot of good things and sees a
Yeah.
transformation that, so, yeah, it's almost the movie really kind of tracks with, like, the transition from the perfect 10 to the open code and from a era of toxic coaching to positive, healthy coaching.
Yeah.
So,
No, 100%.
it's very cool. So, um, I definitely wanna touch back on the stick it thing, but let's start with or not the stick it thing, but the bird thing, the parallels, right, you said?
Yeah.
Um, but first I'm sorry, I have, like, bug bites all over me. I don't know, I think this is from Disney, but I'm itching them.
Okay.
Um Why are we doing this?
Yes.
Well, Stick It is definitely after watching it, I think it's a perfect gymnastics movie, and I actually do think it's a great movie to revisit, like, during the holidays, and the fact that it's not a holiday movie, but it's just very
It's like a
overall.
feel-good movie, like, that you would
Mhm,
watch with your family. It's such a coming of age movie.
mhm. There's a lot
And
of nostalgia.
yeah, and honestly, like, a lot of the things that they even say, like, even the broadcasters on the show, they're like, "This is where gymnastics loses fans because it's, like, complicated," and, like, it just was very relevant still.
It is still relevant. It's still very relevant, and it's very lighthearted, in the fact that,
And
like, there's,
it's
like, an emotional.
funny. Like, it
Yeah,
is
it's
funny.
so funny. It is a comedy,
Yeah.
but it's a very accurate comedy. It's not, like, hyperbole. It's not, like, putting, like, a spin on gymnastics that's not really true. Of course, there's a couple moments where you're just like, "Mm," but for the most part, it's, like, it's very, very accurate. They did a lot of good research, did
Yeah.
a lot of good prep for it, and
And
even
for
the
being
emotional side of it is, like, not too like, it's not cringe, it's not too,
No,
like,
it wasn't
heavy
cringe
on
at
it.
all, which I
Yeah.
was like I was so
Yeah.
scared I was gonna come back and watch and be like, "Ugh, this is so cringe. I can't believe I liked this movie." And, like,
Like
truly,
Twilight.
No, literally, but it was so good, like, it was, like, so emotionally in touch and not in a cringy way or, like, trying to force anything, like, it's a very r sounds weird, but it's a very real movie, like, it's very, like,
Mhm.
the things that they're talking about and things like that, like, very relatable.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, it
And
the idea that
also, the
what were you gonna say?
cinematography and editing now, like, it's so funny, like, not to use my degree, but, like, looking back at it after being in basically, like, the digital media
Yeah.
broadcasting space, their editing on that movie was so good.
I
Like, they
literally
made
put
it
visuals are so good.
so good, like, the way that they made the leotards pop, the way when they're doing the mock me and they're all on the bar. My sister, I watched it with my little sister, my stepmom, and my little sister was like, because I said out loud, I was like, "Wow, like, the editing is crazy. I guess I never even, like, appreciated that until now." And my little sister was like, "Wait, they're not all on the bar at the same time?" And I was like, "No, they mashed all their routines together." And, like, they did such a good job. They did such a good job with, like, stunt doubles and, like, the switching around. Like, I feel like now you just don't get quality like that. Like, you just
Mhm.
don't. And it's like, I am so much more able to be in the movie when it's like that. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah, no, it makes 100% sense, and I agree wholeheartedly. I think, like, the visuals were so good. It's just, like, it's a great movie. It's a honestly, like, it's a comedy and stuff, obviously, but, like, it's almost like a beautiful movie to watch. They
Yeah.
did a really good job of portraying gymnastics. I think, like, they did a very good job, like you said, with the stunt doubles and stuff. Like, obviously, these gymnasts weren't doing all these things, but they were literally showing proper skills and stuff
Yeah.
and able to get it across versus, like, movies that'll literally be, like, portray gymnastics and every athlete is doing, like, a back handspring or a layout, and you're just like,
You
"That's
know?
not accurate." Like, this isn't
No.
elite gymnastics, so, like, why are you dumbing down the sport? Why can't we portray it properly? And that did.
Yeah.
So
No, 100%.
so
100
let's go through we've got a couple things to discuss, best quotes, hot takes, soundtrack, what a sequel would look like today. So
I would
first, quick
die.
background and fun facts. Um, let's see. Stick It was released, like I said, in 2006, which
Mhm.
again is when they were basically making that transition from the perfect 10 to the open code. So it was a very accurate time. I'm sure in 2006, I was 10 years old. So
I was 8.
I don't I don't know what was up with the gymnastics world then, but I'm sure the gymnastics world was really up in arms with the change in the code. I'm sure
Oh,
there was
yeah.
a lot of debate about how this was gonna work out and all of that.
Yeah.
Um, but it was directed by Jessica Bindinger and written by her, and she was actually she wrote or at least was part of Bring It On.
Yeah.
So,
Which is so
immediately you're
funny
like,
because
this is gonna be
those
a
2 are
success.
yeah. Yeah. I know.
'Cause those were, like, such iconic movies also of that time frame.
Yeah.
So, the budget of the movie was $20,000,000. It made $32,000,000 at the box office, but obviously has really taken off, I think, with the gymnastics community and does have a pretty good, like, cult following. Um,
Yep.
so I'm trying to see basically they said the film has a score of 30% based on 96 reviews with an average rating of 5 out of 10 on Rotten Tomatoes. They said director Jessica Bindinger is unable to transfer her winning this is critical response, her winning Bring It On formula to the world of gymnastics, despite Missy Peregrine, the star, Haley,
Mhm.
strong lead performance. Don't agree. Don't agree at all.
I don't agree
But
with that either, but I do think, like, those reviews probably came at, like, the time, and I remember all the gym moms being like, "It doesn't portray gymnastics the right way," and all the girls were literally like, "This rocks!" Like, "This is the best."
it really
My
portray it
parents wait, can I share a funny story?
yeah.
My parents never once had rules on what I could and could not watch. Not
Mhm.
one time. My gymnastics gym, as a whole, was going to see the movie, and for whatever reason, my parents were like, "You can't see it, this is PG-13, you're 8." And I was like, "You watch Jackass with me. What are you talking about?" And they were like, you can't go." My entire gym went, all my friends went, I didn't get to go, and then, like, 2 weeks later, they were like, "Okay, I guess you could watch it at a sleepover." I know, so I didn't get to, like, live that experience, but it truly, like, for the girls, like, we just loved it. We felt so seen. We felt so, like because nobody I feel like especially when I was growing up, nobody ever realized how much work being a gymnast was,
Mhm.
and my dad would it really resonated with me because my dad would always call me a little Navy SEAL because
Mhm.
I had, like, a
Yeah.
six-pack and I was so strong and I, like, would always outwork the boys, and that movie made me feel so seen, like, the quote where she's like, "Gymnasts train harder or, like, do more work than Navy SEALs, and they do it without a gun," and, like, it's so real, like, truly
It was
so
very
real,
real.
and the skin the cats oh my god, the accuracy is, like, too much.
And one of the things that I thought about when watching that is I was just like, this film had to have, looking back, it's been obviously almost 20 years since this film came out. I'm like, it had to have inspired some gymnastics routines. And actually, on the Wikipedia page, it says the film inspired, it cites the a story, but it says it inspired Canadian Olympic medalist Sophie-Anne and now world medalist Sophie-Anne Method, a trampoline gymnast, to begin her career in gymnastics at the age of 8. So, I mean,
Yeah.
that's I'm sure that's one of
Oh my god,
many,
twins, same
but
age.
crazy. So, um, but yeah, so there were real gymnasts who appeared. Actually, the gymnast who played, gosh, I can't remember her name now. But where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I don't Oh,
Well,
Mina and Trisha,
yes.
they were played by real gymnasts who
Mhm.
turned to actors, for sure, and then, of course, they had stunt doubles, and then, of course, Nastia was in this
Which
film,
she
so
is so little in that movie, and
she's
it's
a
so
baby.
funny
This was before
because
2008. This was before
I know, before
she
she was an
won in
Olympian.
2008, yeah.
I know, but, like, it's so funny because like, coming from the gym world, I was, like, explaining to my sister and my stepmom, like, "Oh, this is a real gymnast, she'd go on to go to the Olympics," but I remember, like, even seeing her in the movie was such a, like and, like, Carly Patterson at the end making a cameo,
Mhm.
like, I was like, "I was her for Halloween," like, it's just such a nostalgia throwback, but what killed me was my stepmom goes when her and Missy Haley in the movie were
Mhm.
walking side by side, and she was so much shorter than Haley,
Yeah.
and my stepmom goes, "Wow, she's really small," and I go, "And what's funny is Nastia was always considered the tall one in
Yeah, she
gymnastics."
was.
I was like, "It just goes to show you, like, gym world versus real world is just such a different, like, thing, like, you don't
It
realize how
really
small you
is.
are
You'll
until
you'll,
you're
like
next to a regular person."
you'll literally, like, I mean, even with, like, the men's gymnasts, like, there are tall men's gymnasts, and you're just, like,
Mhm.
tall, and then you get
Quote,
next, like,
unquote, yeah.
to a normal person, and you're just like, "Oh my gosh, short king."
Literally, literally.
I also love how men's gymnastics was like, I mean, this is a women's gymnastics movie, but it was like when they were talking about US championships basically, like men's gymnastics was completely erased. There was not a
Oh,
lick
I
of
know.
men's gymnastics in
No.
this thing.
Mm-mm.
They like completely cut it out. So,
Yeah.
um but anyways, okay, so let's do our gymnastics accuracy check. So, um I wrote, how realistic were the skills in the routines? They were pretty
Pretty
accurate, like, I saw
realistic.
double twisting your chinko, I saw, um, Haley, the star, did a def on
Yeah,
bars,
yeah.
um, also Mina did a Prudenova, like a
Uh-huh.
front handspring double front, everybody I was like, "What?
Yeah,
What?"
I know, I know.
So
I was
yeah,
like, "Dude, she woulda won for that alone."
like, all of the Haley's routines, for instance, like, she was, like, kind of showing like, we saw a good bit of it, and I was just like, "Oh, for the most part, like, this is all." Of course, you're
Yeah,
gonna see, like, a textbook, like, layout here and a layout there, whatever, but, like, we saw, like, double backs, we saw
double
double twisting your
pikes.
chinkos, we saw your chinko 1.5s, full twisting your chinkos, we saw double pikes, we saw a full in pike.
Shushanovas.
Shushanovas, like, they they did a really good job of getting all of this in.
And even, like, it impresses me when she's which is my favorite part of the movie, where she's like, "If you love to fall, gymnastics is the sport for you." Like, but during that time, she's, like, listing all the skills, and she's like, "We practice tricks that could kill you so that we could get it named after us." And then she's going through all the skills. Her pronunciations were so good.
Oh, they really were, and
They were.
I noted I put early on, I noted "but Ahara," and they were like, "You mean Asukahara?" And she's just like,
Yes.
"No."
No. No, I need a
Um
Badahara.
I did think it was funny that, all the equipment, or at least the equipment in the VGA gym, I didn't notice it
Yes,
at the competition, was Gym
Gym
Nova.
Nova.
And
Yes.
and this is all in Texas, which is accurate because
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
Texas has produced so many in Houston, so this is, like, might as well. I
I
mean, it's
know,
not
and, like,
world
now that
champions,
I
but
had lived in Texas, like, seeing her when, like, they're on the bike scene, and I'm like, "Oh, she must be in, like, Plano," and then when she's holding up her mugshot, it says Plano PD, and I'm like, "Oh my god, I was right," and then, like, I was like when they were traveling, I was like, "Oh, the training camp must be in Houston because that's where all the gyms are," and it was, and I was like, "Their
still,
accuracy
it
was
holds
really
up.
good." Yeah, it really was. I was impressed.
I think I put what was exaggerated. I think the only thing that was really exaggerated is that they did this thing multiple times with routines where, like, they sh like, they basically, like, launched off they, like, blocked off vault or went into, like, a skill on floor, and they, like, did, like, repeat, like, 3 angles of it, and I think that
Mhm.
was, like, the most, like, exaggerated, and I was like, "I don't really think this is necessary," but I think it was also part of, like, the editing to, like, I don't know, properly I don't know, portray the skills without
Yeah,
dumbing it down or whatever, so I was just like, "Okay, like, that's fine."
yeah.
Um, but then okay, so going on to Vickerman as the coach, like, I think it really shows, like, his journey in the movie really shows, like, the transition from, like, toxic coaching to today's environment with coaching, which is predominantly positive and, like, not
Yeah.
as just bad as it was before, but I put realistic composite or Hollywood fever dream, and I was like, "I don't know, I think he's a pretty realistic
I think
coach."
honestly, he was nicer than a lot of my coaches. And, like, it's funny because even you being like, "Yeah, he was a little bit abusive with, like, the hat and the push off," like, I didn't even catch it that, because
Oh,
I'm
wow,
still
yeah.
so, like, in my head like that. I had a coach throw a shoe at me. Like, like, that's so, like, tame to me in a sense, which is horrible, and I hope no gymnast experienced that with safe sport now, but, like, it just was like they were like your parents, like, which not saying your parents should do that either, but it was just kinda like you were like, "Okay, well, that's just true." Right? Like, move on. Like, I didn't even register it, so I would almost say he was, like, nicer than the coaches at that time.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
no, I
what
mean,
I
exactly, I think for the most part, like, he was just a it was very fun. He was one of the characters that definitely made the movie, I would say.
Yeah, and, like, but the way that even, like, when they're on beam and they're conditioning, he's like, "Relax your face." Like, that is literally something my coaches would have done to us. Like, we would be, like, crying, and
Oh, yeah, like, touching their face and
"Breathe,
stuff.
go to Disney World." I'd be like, "Okay." But what I was gonna say, the parallels with him, I find interesting is that Nastia and her dad, her coach, were in the movie, and that Bert's storyline is about essentially burning out gymnasts and them getting injured. And it really gave me vibes of the storylines you kind of hear about I don't know his first name, but her dad, um,
Valeri.
Valeri. You kinda hear that, like, Woga has a lot of injuries, they push their gymnasts too fast, too quick, they're not good at pacing, like, it kind of made me instantly go like, "Oh, like, there's parallels between these 2," but at the time, I don't really know if that was the case because I think that's more of a story that's developed in recent years
Yeah,
with
it's one
gymnasts
of those
coming out
things
of
that a
Voga.
trend that people have observed,
Yeah,
allegedly.
yeah, but that's what I thought of, and I thought it was
Mhm.
interesting that, um, they were in the movie, and that's what it made me think of.
That is very interesting. I didn't even think about that aspect, but I was looking for Valeri when Nastia was on bars.
Yeah,
Um, so I think I did write down some of my favorite quotes,
yeah.
while as I was going through the movie. And so I don't know if you had any of yours, but I put, the ones that I wrote down were pointy words are mouth
Oh, I
turds.
love that one. Oh,
Um,
I could say the whole thing.
Clean, safe routines guaranteed to stick.
Yeah.
College gymnastics is a big fat to don't. I'm gonna repeat that. Actually did not remember that quote. I'm gonna
Yeah,
repeat that when college gymnastics is pissing me off like a month into season,
yeah,
with
100%,
scoring or something. Like I'm just gonna
100%.
be like, college gymnastics is a big fat to don't.
Yeah, literally.
Um, I want to control my tricks. I think I wrote this one down because I don't like it when people call skills tricks, and I
I
feel like that
know.
was like one of
It
those
was bothering me too.
that was like one of those little things that I
Little
was just like,
things.
this was those one of those things that you missed where I'm just like, it's just not
It's a
called
skill.
tricks.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
it's a
skill.
skill.
And so I hate when like people tweet that stuff too that are like ESPN or something and they
Yeah,
just don't know what they're talking about.
yeah.
Um, the Joanne girl was keen on multiple times retiring long sleeve Leos, and she was like, "I have a constitutional right to
Oh
bear
my
arms."
god. I did not
That was
realize
cringe.
how cringy and, like, dumb they made her character.
Well,
When
yeah,
she's like
she said cardio vasectomy at one point.
yes!
You're gonna have
And
a
my little sister goes
cardio
and I
vasectomy.
know for a fact I've repeated that line, like, my entire life, and I didn't catch what she said until now that I'm older.
I think
Um,
most of the movie was actually not very cringe, like you said, but I think she was cringe, and like she had like the bump it hair at one point in the
yes,
movie.
but I think we needed her to be cringe because I think there is always that one gymnast, speaking from experience, on your team that is a little cringe and that has the mom that's like, like a gym
Yeah, that you're
mom.
just
Like
like, please
you
stop.
have that. Yeah. But some of my favorite quotes are, and then we're going to induce the urge to do the vacuum. She does it across the meme. And then any conversation where she's like, Mina, right? And Joanne's like, Mina, put down the
The
phone.
phone.
And then probably my favorite quote, which now I used to think it was like such a diss, but now I'm just realizing her character was just stupid. When Haley's like, can you tell the Foxy One I got my GED when I was 15? And then she's like, GED, what does drunk driving have to do with anything?
I was like, "Oh, wow."
Dying. I was dying. Ugh, yeah, that's
My other 2 were It's Not Called Gymnastics, which is a classic,
yeah.
and then Who Died and Made You Naughty-O was pretty
Oh my
funny.
god, I love that quote. I freaking love that quote.
I think one of the funniest things to me that was really accurate as far as today goes was actually the commentary for, like, the championships at the end
Yeah.
with, like, Bart and Tim and Elfie. Um,
Yeah.
they were, like, acknowledging the drama basically, and I was just like, "That's wild," because today, like, the commentary is
It was
so PG and the sport could
so
use some
PG.
growth just from actually acknowledging
I
stuff.
know.
But then Tim Daggett also repeated himself with, like, the same line twice, and I was like,
Yes.
"Oh, wow, that's really."
Yes. Yes. I literally was like, "Oh."
I
Ugh,
was like,
I love
"Okay."
this movie. Like, honestly, I'd watch this a million times over.
So real quick, I said if they made Stick It 2 today.
Yes.
Also there was a Lulu they were wearing Lululemon jackets,
I
the white
know.
jackets at the end, I was just like, "Oh,
I know.
Lulu.
I wish
Wow."
literally.
Oh, I think the last thing I wrote down, there were some other things, but the last thing I wrote down that was, like, particularly relevant, I was like, I wrote down "not wrong about the code," and they were basically saying that the code now, of course, this was the 10, but it's still
Yeah,
this case. It, like, basically rewards conventionality and doesn't reward innovation and basically creativity and stuff, and I still feel like
yeah.
that's a problem today where it's just,
I
like, all the
agree.
routines are the same and there's no, um
Yeah.
like, there's basically no reason for athletes to pursue creative things, so
Yeah.
yeah.
And I also do feel like it's interesting that you pointed out that it came out when the switch of the code was happening because in my opinion, I do think gymnastics lost a lot of fans and investment
Mhm.
when they switched over the code because I don't feel like they ever explained the code accurately and what that switch was going to look like and what it means to a layman's person.
Yeah.
So I very much like that when he was like, this is where the sport loses a lot of fans because there are so many little things in gymnastics that you can get deducted for, like the bra strap. Iconic. Um, but it was true. I was like, yeah, I mean, that's so true. Like, there are so many times now where people will ask me things and I'm like trying to explain it and they're like, but I don't understand. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just
Mhm.
like if you I feel like the switch over to the code could have been a lot better on the Figs part of explanation.
Yeah. Yeah. I I agree. I think this movie is just so funny when it came out and stuff too. Like it was just
I
so
know. Oh,
accurate.
wait, hold
Oh
on.
wait.
Sorry, my other
No,
favorite quote is when she's like, "Good thing I don't like falling. I loved it." Like, I love
freeze planning.
that quote. I love that quote. And she's
Oh,
like,
and
"If you
she
like running full force towards a stationary object, vault's for you. If you like peeling skin the size of quarters off your hands, bars is for you." Like, I
I
love
think
that part.
I think it was funny that she didn't mention Beam, and then that was my after seeing her training montage, I was like, maybe Haley's best on Beam, because she didn't complain about
Mention
Beam
it.
actually,
Yeah,
and her skills that they showed in the montage were actually pretty good. So I was just like,
yeah,
oh, but I
yeah.
did write. I thought it was so funny that it was like she said one arm on vault instead of two, big deduction, and I
I
was just
know.
like, oh, this is so relevant.
Literally out loud go, "That's so true." And I was like, "I can't believe I never picked up on that." And I was like, "Oh my god, that literally crazy." That's been a conversation in the last couple weeks.
Okay, to close it out, if they made Stick It 2 today,
Yeah.
what would happen? I put there would be, like, NIL and social media chaos. I think
Mhm.
Haley would be coaching. I think there would be more of an NCAA component.
100%.
Um,
But
and
I
then
also think more international component too, because I think
yes.
the only other descriptor that I saw that didn't line up, to me at least,
Mhm.
was it was like they were competing internationally, quote, unquote, and then all of a sudden or, like, going to, and then all of a sudden it just switched at the end to NCAA, and I'm like, "Okay."
Well, they
I'm
were
like, "We
talking
never,
about
like,
basically making worlds.
world like, we never closed out that chapter."
Yeah, like,
So,
who would
like,
made the world team?
yeah. So I would like them to do both, but do them more separately, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like,
Who
identify the difference between those 2 worlds.
I agree, yeah, like, to basically distinguish between elite and NCAA gymnastics would
I would
be
like them to go to the Olympics
they
in the
should.
next
You
movie.
know when the
That's
perfect
what I
time to
would
have
like.
a Stick It 2 would be? Ahead of LA.
LA! LA 2028, and we have time. We have time.
And just I wanna point
We have
out
time.
that, Missy Peregrine, the Haley, she's
Yeah.
actually she's Canadian, and I wanted to
Yeah.
point out that today very accurately, I'm drinking Tim
I
Hortons
know, I did see
from the
that.
from the
I
first
know.
Tim Hortons, a Canadian brand, that's why it has, the maple leaf here, um,
Yeah.
from the first Tim Hortons in Georgia, which Columbus has randomly, so,
I know.
um, but okay, so real quick, cameos. If we had to stick it to, who would make a cameo?
Obviously, Simone.
Yeah.
100%. I feel like Simone, Jess Gadarova, um, I would like to see Sean in it, like, maybe as a coach.
You should have Nastia back for sure.
You should have Nastia and Sean back. I don't know that.
Post-Olympic title, they could be, like, reminiscing, almost like Top Gun, Maverick, but, like, there's,
Yeah.
like, a moment where, like, Haley and Sean and them all of them are coming together and you're just like, "Oh my gosh, Sean, like, I can't believe it's been almost 20 years since you won Olympic gold," like, and it
Yeah.
all, like, started from that our crazy, like, protest or something like
I
that.
know, I know. No, it would be so good. I, like, want to see them make the world's team and then kind of do, like, a international prep camp. Does that make sense? Like a
Mhm.
USA, of them preparing and then going to the Olympics. That's what I would want the movie to be about.
That could be cool.
And then have the ending be like, or like in the movie, like, it would be so much more realistic if they were like, "Oh, I'm already committed to UCLA. Oh, I'm already committed to there." And then maybe they have a girl that, like, is committed somewhere she doesn't really wanna be, and she switches at the end of the movie. Like,
Yeah.
that's how you tie in
Hmm.
that AA.
That'd be smart.
Or, like, have Jordan there to be like, "Guys, if we want to stand out, we have to, like, incorporate our NCAA artistry and bring it to the elite floor."
Okay, I love it. I think that's a
Oh,
good
I
way
want
to
Kaylee and Namor in there. I want her in it. I want her on
I think we could literally do a whole 'nother episode, do
just
talking
on
more
this.
about Stick It.
I know. You have to go. I
Maybe
know. I'm
we'll
sorry.
revisit at some point. But we're gonna wrap it so y'all can go enjoy your Thanksgiving. Let us know your favorite Stick It quotes, and also, let us know a future movie that you would like us to break down. I don't think it's gonna be as good as Stick It, so unfortunately, we're starting at the top, but
Yeah.
we're
Also,
happy to
what
do
did
it.
you rate it?
Yeah. Wait, me or
What did
people?
you rate it? Yeah.
I'd give it like a 10 out of 10 as far as gymnastics movies
I'm
go.
a 10 out of 10 too, and my stepmom and my little sister who know nothing about gymnastics, my stepmom gave it a 9, and my little sister gave it an 8.5 because she got in trouble and couldn't watch the last 5 minutes of the movie, she said, or it would have been a 9.
Well, watch it if you haven't ever watched it and let us know your thoughts or let us know what really resonated from our conversation with you. But make sure
Yes.
to follow us on social media as far as Decoded, Gymnastics Now, etc. And we'll be and make sure to follow us on YouTube, Spotify, wherever else you get your podcasts. And next
Yeah.
week, of course, we'll be back to our regularly scheduled episodes. I mean, this is a regularly scheduled episode, but we'll talk about more current gymnastics events
Yeah.
and also Simone's new house.
I know,
So,
we have so much to catch up on. Lots
but
to do.
happy Thanksgiving, and we will see
Happy
you next
Thanksgiving.
week.
We're thankful for you. Mwah.
Bye.
Bye.